Although we're not ready yet. Yeah, I'm hoping to play that. So let me just tell this thing to start streaming. And let's see. All right. So it's really live now. All right. So we're not ready to begin it, but it's going live. Thing is live. Okay, good. And that's 3 minutes. Let's see. 3 minutes.
I'm it. Yeah, bro, please, on spice, man.
Yeah, man, we're going to talk about that, man. All right, so we have 2 minutes and so counting. All right, countdown going live. All right, relax. Make sure this thing's streaming out. Make sure everything here is okay. All right, good. Check one. Good. Audio okay, Coach?
Yeah, man.
Okay, good. All right, good. Yep. What's your feedback? Let me see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Rock the Mic. Guys, I hope you're watching that video running in the background, and I hope you recognize it. Hope you recognize what we're looking at. You're looking at our alma mater, St. Mary High. Guys, I'm glad you could make it. After that debacle last week with my equipment, I was eager to get back in the stream. I was eager to get back because I really wanted to make things right. I really wanted to make things right. So guys, here we are tonight, and we have a wonderful guest for you. But before we get started, guys, there are some things I want to get out of the way. Just clear them out of the way first. First of all, I'm going to ask you all to tune in. Tune in at 8 p.m. to Waves 96.3 to listen to Mr. Nicholas Taylor as he does his Speak Your Mind initiative to raise tablets for the needy kids. It's a program that's going really great. Secondly, Miss Rosemary Booth has started her fundraising corporation. It's basically a non-profit thing to basically help everybody, to basically help people all over the country, especially St. Mary High and the Rockabessa. And I'm asking you guys to really support her. I also want to give kudos to somebody who really supports me, who really helps. Even though she's in the background, that's Miss Jean, we are looking at Jean Martin Rayner. She really helps out a lot. And I'm asking you guys, please support her business. But ladies and gentlemen, just a quick thing to let you know, guys. I am looking at here, we decided to embark on something the other day. The coach from St. Mary High, he was really in need of some spikes, and he reached out to us. And as you look, you will see a list of donors going across the screen. Guys, people really turned up and helped out. So here are some of the people I'd like to thank. First of all, I want to thank my sister, Miss Carol Joy Waller. The moment she heard about this thing, she got on board. She was on board from day one. And she called up her friends and they started donating funds. You see, Carol is a dietitian at one of New York's hospitals. And food is her thing. She wants to make sure that everybody's properly fed. And when she heard about the situation of some of her athletes back at St. Mary High, she decided to raise some funds. And she got on the phone, called some of her friends, and they contributed. They contributed a lot. And you'll see the names scrolling on the screen there, guys. A lot of these guys really pitched in and helped. I can't really go through all the names, but hey, you can see them. People some gave a lot, some gave a little, but from each according to his or her needs. And I'm happy to say that we got quite a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but it could have been more, but people showed their love for St. Mary High. Also, my Sprint for Spikes initiative, as you'd call it. The coach wanted spikes. So, hey, without me even calling up anybody, people started contributing. And first, I must give kudos to Mr. David Eddie Rankin Parsons. He started this thing going. From the very first night I came on and had that group on from St. Mary back in the 70s with Eddie Parsons, he called the next day and said, Waller, here's $100. So I said to him, hey, what should I do with this? Do I put it in the bus fund? He said, do anything, do whatever you want. In fact, get some spikes for the track team. And that's how it got going. That is how it got going. And people started contributing. I must, honestly, guys, I got to single out especially people like Noel Barker. Barker just came up and said, boom, $300. Carlene and Richie Gopi, boom, $150. And that's how it started going. And it just kept gathering momentum. And I'm happy for everybody who contributed. Miss Ventures Vidal, our former PE teacher, she and Marjorie Comrie, the former Bursa, sent over 4 pairs of spikes. That's more than I could hope for. And guys, the man I have to lift my hat to, listen, when Leroy called, some people know him as Leroy Bunny Johnson, and said, hey, Waller, I have 6 spikes. I said, I called him back the following night and said, hey, what do you mean? Oh, you have you have a spikes that is size 6. And he said, no, I'm sending 6 spikes. So I said, oh, you mean the shoes with 6 spikes underneath it? He said, no, 6 pairs of spikes. I couldn't believe it. 6 pairs of spikes the man sent. Right now, I feel like I'm basically Santa Claus. I have a big bag here filled with spikes of all colors. Spikes in a heap and spikes in a bundle. So the coach is going to be happy. Anyway, guys, tonight, let's go on to our guest. Tonight, I have for you a gentleman who is raising the bar for us at St. Mary High. After being out in the doldrums for a lot of the 80s and some of the 90s, St. Mary High has taken its place back at the top of the podium in the eastern section of the island when it comes to Eastern Champs. And we owe a lot of it to the coach and the principal, Mrs. Sadar, who is really pushing the sports program. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. Dwayne Williams, the coach of St. Mary High. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing, man?
Good night, everybody. Good night. Hola. I'm okay.
Glad to have you on the program, man. Glad to have you on the program. Oh, buddy, listen, I've always longed to really have you where I could, pick your brains. We can learn about you. So get ready, guys, because tonight we're going to do it. All right. So, Dwayne, you have a very strange, is it nickname? I can't pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Dwayne what?
Kadu.
Kadu.
Yeah,
And the
Kadu
other word
Kadu.
is what? Kadu
Color.
Kolas or something like that? Oh,
Color.
okay. Where does the name come from?
All right. The Kadu, I got that name in high school.
Oh, okay. And hold on, which high school did you go to?
Guys in high school.
Okay, you're a Geisel man.
Actually,
Ladies and gentlemen-
yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Continue.
yeah, actually, I got that name doing a cricket match.
Oh, cricket. Okay.
And yes, I was the captain of Guys High School cricket team. I was the under 16 captain and also the Headley Cup captain.
Oh,
So
okay.
I am a cricketer.
Oh, you're at heart, you're a cricketer. So, how the heck did you get to St. Mary High? Explain that to us. How does a Geisel man become coach at St. Mary High? Explain your road to
All
St.
right.
Mary High.
All right. It started when I started to teach at Coronel High School in 2009. And it was a 1-year vacancy.
Okay.
And knowing that I was a cricketer, I wanted to start a cricket program at Coronel. But they had little or no resource or facility to do that sport.
Mm-hmm.
So back in GC, I had a girlfriend who used to do tracks, and I used to go by the track to watch her train. So at Coronel now I say, come on, Kadu, I need to find something to do. You're a PE teacher, so you have to have a sport that you can coach.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my major at GC was track and field. So I decided to start the program at Coronel. So I went to general devotion one morning and asked the students who would like to, join a track team, and I had about 30 start at the time, and it went down to about 15. Then it now down to, because a lot of them could not manage the training, and there's no, the field that is at Coronel is just a little netball court, and training was done around the netball court.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
yeah.
Let me ask something. Who hired you? Who hired you at St. Mary High? Was it Mr. Johnson or Mrs. Sadar?
Just a second. I don't want to jump the gun. Just a second.
All right, go ahead.
So when after being at Coronel, and I told the principal that we needed competition for the athletes, and then she reached out to a few persons, and persons saw the work that I was doing at the school, because I was there up till after 6 in the evening. So
Okay.
those 12 athletes, I took them to to Eastern champs because the school could not afford for us to travel to track meet. So their first outing was Eastern champs, and I took 12 of them. And at that championship, they were so nervous. Even myself was nervous because I think it was about the second or the third time I'm been to the National Stadium. The first time
Oh
I
my
went there was
God.
when I went to GC.
Jeezy, okay.
Yeah, so I was never a track man, you understand? So after with those 12 athletes, we scored 37 points and we won 3 medals that year.
Okay.
And the principal at the time now was trying to keep me at the school because the teacher came back for a job.
Okay. All
Then
right.
I have a very close friend who we grew up together and she was teaching at the school, St. Mary. So one day she called me and said, "Boy, there's a vacancy at St. Mary, and I think the interview she told me the Monday, and the interview for the job was a Thursday. So at one point I said to myself, no, I am too late. And then I went when I went home, I sorted out the documents, and I went to bed and I slept on it to figure out whether to go to St. Mary the morning or just make it stay.
Uh,
So I just instead of going to school that morning, I went straight to St. Mary, and I went to the secretary's office to drop off the resume and application, and then the principal came out and asked what I was doing. That was Mr. Johnson at the time.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he called me inside the office, and I right there and then he interviewed me. That was the Tuesday.
Okay.
And then he told me that interview for the job is going to be on Thursday, but he's going to call me on Friday. So when I went to school the Wednesday now, the principal at Carnal now told me that she got a call from the principal at St. Mary High. And and you know, I must look out for another call. So basically she she was the one who talked to the principal because she was trying to keep me at the school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there's no space. So
Right, right.
their dialogue on the Friday now I was called to come to a staff meeting by from St. Mary, and
Oh,
that's how
no.
I end up there.
That's all. Okay. So let me ask you to leave from Geisel to St. Mary High. If the job
Hmm.
was still open at Geisel, would you have stayed? I'm not putting you on the spot, but or did the law of competition, Eastern champs, pull you to St. Mary High?
The thing is with St. Mary, is like I was a student at the school. That's how I feel right now.
Right. Okay.
So even though the principal at Geisel, actually, I used to live with her. I lived with her for about 2 years.
Mhm.
So I could have gotten a job at Geisel, but not at the time when the
Not
vacancy
at that
came
time.
up at St. Mary, but
Oh, I see.
afterwards.
Afterward. All right. So
Yeah,
you come to St. Mary High. No. What year was that?
2010,
2010. All right. No.
September.
When you September. When you came to St. Mary High, I'm sure you heard about the rich tradition St. Mary had in track, dominating Eastern champs in the 70s, winning girls champs. Did that prospect scare you that you're coming into a situation where this school had already done stuff? Now you have to take it from ground level up. Was that scary for you? Was that intimidating?
Not really, because when I came, I was not told all of this that you are telling me now when I just went there. So I went in on a mission, and
Uh-huh.
I had a plan because when I went there and saw that big pretty schools in comparison to where I was coming from, I know that I could have done much better.
All right. So
So it was a scary.
it was here. So at what time of the game, at what time of your tenure there, did you learn about the history? Was it long after or?
No, no, probably a few months after
Uh-huh.
persons talking about Nicole Mitchell, Jackie Pusey, and
Okay.
I saw in the department over by where our office is, there's a champs book, or
Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, every champs book that you see, when I check the back of it, you see the schools that would have won
Right,
race
right,
champs
right,
and
right,
golf champs.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I noticed St. Mary I 78, 79
All right. So
girls champs.
tell me about your first couple of years when you had to go rebuild the program. What was it like? Did you get a lot of support? How was it?
To be honest, it was a hard struggle
Mm-hmm. Why?
because at the start there wasn't any support, and the thing is that people, what I get understand from all of this now, persons or people in general don't back losers, don't support losers.
You learn
I
that
know,
quick.
yeah, yeah, I learned that, yeah, I learned that. So when I went to St. Mary 2010 and September, so the Eastern Champs was in 2011. Now, 2010 Eastern Champs, St. Mary I won 5 medals.
5 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in 2010. My first year in the program, we won 25 medals and 5 trophies.
25 minutes. Wow. It's a great move, man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and 5 trophies. Mhm.
All right. So how?
So I turned to Mr. Johnson now at the time called me in his office and said to me, Williams, when can we win Eastern Champs?
Yes, Eric Johnson is straightforward, right to the point.
So I said to him, sir, give me 3 years. Because at the time, Buff Bay was well established. Buff
Right,
Bay,
right. Mm-hmm.
Oberlin, Glengarth, and those schools were well established.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So within, so the next year now, we start to get closer. So we move from eighth to fourth, from fourth to third, third to second, and the third year we won it, 2014.
Okay, hold on a minute there, Dwayne. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rock the Mic, and I'm speaking with the track and field coach from St. Mary High, Mr. Dwayne Williams. As you know by now, St. Mary High are the defending champions. All right, so what was it after you became a winner? What was the support like? How did that change? How did that change? You
All
said
right,
nobody likes a loser.
all right. So we could have gotten much stronger earlier
Mm-hmm.
if I had gotten the opportunity to recruit.
Okay.
Yeah, because frankly, the athletes that we had at the time were athletes that were in the school, past to come
In
to
this
St.
school.
Mary High School.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
And I remember that Mr. Johnson at the time said, you know, I don't want to say he was giving me a hard time, but he did not believe in recruiting. Just work with what
Right.
you have.
Right. He's a man who goes by the book. But Dwayne, I want you remember, that your time now is really different from back in the 70s. In the 70s, there were only basically two high schools in St. Mary, basically Mears
Mm-hmm.
High and Miramount. Now
Mm-hmm.
you have that competition from all the secondary schools now became high schools. So they're no longer feeder schools. So do you think that you really have to recruit? Is it a question of going
In
out
order,
and getting athletes?
yes, we have to recruit because since our new principal, Mrs. Sadar, and
Mhm.
I don't know if she watching, but good night to you, Miss. Um, she has been the backbone of the program,
But okay, you
and
get a lot of support from her. Good. Mhm.
yeah, man, the program gets a lot of support from the principal,
Yeah, man, we're
and
coming on to that. We're coming on to
that
that.
is
Mhm.
that is yeah, man. So recruiting recruiting Walla is very important because Edwin Allen, Wormwood, all those other schools out there, the Kingston schools. What I'm talking about the big hitters in the track and field right now
In the track
in
and field world.
Jamaica.
Mhm.
They recruit from all over, as far as out in the Caribbean.
Wait, have you ever had any of your athletes stolen by any of these schools? Don't call any school name, please.
Yes, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the latest one was 2 years, 3 years ago, and that athlete was a very good athlete, and early then allow Abigail Scarf to rise because
Mm-hmm.
when she left, Abigail came to me and said, "Sir, don't worry yourself. Anyway, me see her, me will kill her. It can't beat me." And that was a change from a mediocre athlete to a
Uh-huh.
champion athlete,
A
Abigail
champion.
Scarf.
Abigail. Yeah, we
Mhm.
wanted to have Abigail on last week, but the equipment went down. In fact, she and the others were backstage in the studio waiting. But trust me, we are gonna get her on again. But honestly, coach, would you
Mhm.
give me an honest answer? Would you go recruit another? I mean, take an athlete from another school, a competitor. Let's say you spot a good athlete at say Titchfield. Would you go take that athlete?
To be honest, I've gotten athletes from Miramont, St. Mary Technical,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Rockabessa, and a few other schools. But I did not reach out to them. They were the one who reached out to me.
Oh, okay. They wanted to come. They wanted. Okay. All
Yes,
right.
they wanted to come. I did not go out of my way to try and lure them to St. Mary. And
To try and get that. Mm-hmm.
if I know the coach, I will have dialogue with the coach and say, this is the situation. The athlete reach out to me, and
Uh-huh.
this is the position. So I am just letting you know what it is.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And
Fair enough. Mm-hmm.
yes,
All right.
so I
No.
don't go behind a coach back
And take. Okay.
to take the athletes. I don't do that.
All right. You don't do that. Okay. Let's touch back on the principal. Let's touch back on the principal because as a as a coach and teacher there, you're gonna need her support. Can you explain to us what type of interaction does Miss Sadar have with you and the team? How, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most supportive, where would you put her? On a scale of 1 to 10.
11.
11.
11.
All right, that says a lot. Tell me what she's like around the team. Tell me what
No.
she's like when it comes to track and field.
All right. She's a very lovely person, kind, and honestly, I don't have anything negative to say about her because she wants the best for the athletes and the
Uh-huh.
school population in general,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes we are training in the evenings, and she will come and point her finger because she loves to point to me. Other particular athlete sitting or not doing, because sometimes we have to show that the athletes and she'll point her finger and Mr. Williams, oh, this one is doing, and so if, for
All right.
example, if one is not performing in class or if an athlete gets into trouble, she will call me to the office and say, Mr. Williams, you need to talk to this person and sort them out and make sure things that because athletes cannot get in trouble in school,
Okay.
which I support because if an athlete misbehave in the school or in a class, I am the one who gets the bash.
Okay,
No,
good.
so
All right.
so that's why I teach my athlete that if you disrespect a teacher, that means you disrespect me because I'm a teacher.
All right.
Yeah, so
All right.
we try to maintain a high level of discipline.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so whenever if an athlete get into trouble, I come down on them very hard.
You come down hard. Okay, good. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, let me ask you something. You're a phys ed teacher and you're also a coach. Like you mentioned a while ago, kids and classwork. How much do you push the academics? Because a lot of these athletes want scholarships. So they not only have to be good on the sports field, but they have to be good in the books. How much do you push the book work?
All right, for example, there was also this little girl, and when we saw her in primary school, she could not pass the PEP exam. They were going to repeat her.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't PEP at the time. I think it was GSAT. It was GSAT at the time.
Okay.
And all the teachers said that they're going to repeat her. I went into the parent and we had dialogue. I went to Mrs. Sadar and
Uh-huh.
I explained to her that the athlete is a very good athlete and I will assume responsibility for this athlete, get help for her
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and let her start high school right away. Don't let her repeat grade six.
Okay.
And there was another one which she could hardly read and things like those. And
Uh-huh.
I went into my pocket and paid for summer school for her, even though
Okay.
she was not coming to St. Mary at the time.
At the time. Okay.
She was leaving primary school at the time. Yeah, so
Okay.
I paid for summer school for her. So the next one now, she when she came now, we we got help for her. You know, we have a little thing going on with the six farmers. Sometimes they do what they call it community service.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So like if a teacher is absent from school, the six farmers will sit in for the teachers and
Okay,
sign
good.
up a
Uh-huh.
card and because they have to do certain hours.
So you know what?
So
Okay.
instead of
Good.
some going to classes, I use them as team managers
Okay.
and
Good.
assistant to the athlete in terms of like assignments and stuff like those.
Okay, that's good. That's
And
good.
that
Mm-hmm.
same, that same little girl that was talking who could not pass the GSAT.
Uh-huh.
Last year she passed 8-6
Oh
in ones
wow.
and two.
Okay. Wow.
So we stress education
All right. Good. Mm-hmm.
and I told them if you have a problem, you come to me and then I'll send them where they can get help.
Okay. Good. All right. Now,
So
coach.
education is something that we stress.
True. I believe in that because the person is called a student athlete. The word student is first.
Student
All right,
athlete,
coach.
yeah.
True. Coach, you
Mhm.
just mentioned something about money a while ago. May I ask you a question here? Because I've heard it
Yeah.
in the grapevine. I know a few of the guys who are in charge of teams and other schools. Listen, I don't know how to put this, but is your heart at St. Mary? Because here's why I ask this. I know other schools have offered you money. I know other schools have offered you a job. where you could be making a lot more than you make at Mary's Eye. What keeps you at Mary's Eye? I know you're putting you on the spot, but what? I know you could have accepted. I know schools down the country were offering you not just a teacher's salary, but a lot more money. What makes you turn that down and stay at Mary's Eye?
All right. To be honest, receive offers from probably
Don't
about
call
10
her name.
places.
Don't call her name,
No,
please.
no, no, I won't call you names. I won't call you names. I won't do that. But since my time at St. Mary, the the principal, she has shown me a lot of love, a lot of respect,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever I go to her office and I put something to her, she listens. If she agree, she say, "Well, it's a good idea, and it can work, Mr. Williams." Or she tell me, "Mr. Williams, no," and then she explain and tell me why it can't work. And I I don't like to feel belittled. I don't like to feel disrespected. I don't like to feel disrespected. So, and I, when I come to a parent, I go to a parent and say to the parent, let me be in charge of your daughter or your son's, track career in high school, and to bring them from probably say 1 to 9 when they're almost reach 10, gone leave them or gone elsewhere, so I feel obligated to them.
Uh-huh.
And I believe me, I really love all my athletes, and I love it in St. Mary because I know live in St. Mary, and St. Mary has become a part of me.
It affects
And
everybody that way, brother.
yeah. So, and I feel love at St. Mary. So I right now I would not give up St. Mary if no school at all right now.
No, all right, good.
Because
We're glad. We're
sometimes
glad to hear
sometimes
that.
sometimes yeah, sometimes we can't think all about money sometimes, Walla.
True.
Even though we have bills to pay, and we have kids to take care of, but at the same time you have to think about your health. And if you're somewhere and you're not comfortable, it makes no sense. Because if I take up a job in St. Elizabeth or in Clarendon, those places are very far from where I live. You understand? And maybe when you look at it, I would have to pay rent and all of those things.
Wait, there was a rumor that a neighboring Caribbean island had offered you something too, right? Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear things, right? I hear things. So, all right. So, how many years now have you won Eastern Champs?
All right. We have won Eastern Champs 5 times.
5 times.
Yeah.
All right. Now the big question.
Mhm.
When will we see that Girls Champs trophy? What do you need to get that Girls Champs or even challenge for Boys Championships? What is it you need? What are the things
All
you
right.
need to?
That is a very difficult question, because persons always say, "Well, why do St. Mary dominate Eastern Champs,
Mhm.
and when they go to boys and girls champs, you see little, or you don't see St.
Right.
Mary. But it's a different ball game out there, because for one, they recruit the best athletes right across Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Mhm.
They have the money to do whatever they want. They have boarding facilities, which we don't have.
Don't have, right?
Now, at St. Mary, in comparison to one of those schools trains like 4 hours per day. You know. The most we will get is probably like an hour and a half because training starts at school probably around 3:30, and we're getting like an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours the most. How do you compete with that and with those talent level?
Okay.
So last year we were supposed to break ground for the conversion of the principal cottage.
Right, the one at the
Owns
back, down the gully, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Right. Okay.
yes, to own some athletes
Okay.
to see if we can start a dynasty.
All right.
So it is a very tricky question because in recent times, I don't know if persons are watching that even at boys and girls champs, we are making a lot of semifinals now and
Semifinals.
finals.
Okay.
Last boys and girls champs we went to, we made about 14 finals,
14.
and
Wow.
we only won. Yeah, and we only won what 2 medals.
Wow. 14 finals. That's good,
So
man.
yeah, so sometimes persons don't understand the situation. If you're on the inside, you will
You,
understand.
you
But
understand it, right?
seeing from afar, you understand what is happening because we operate on very limited resources.
Limited. Limited. Yes.
Because
Yes, coach. We don't even have a play field at Mirrors. How you make it work? How do you make it work?
boy, it is unbelievable. Sometimes even the teachers at the school complain about us because we get a lot of rain.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes we have to train around the cafeteria area, around the auditorium right around, because we use the
Okay.
netball court also. We run around, and that little bit of slope from down the bottom gate to the top gate.
To top it.
Yeah, so we use all of those areas for training. So
Wow.
it is difficult, and sometimes I am frustrated, but it's just because they don't want to leave the athletes hanging because of the respect they show you and the love they show you. You want to maintain that good relationship with them so you can push them
All right.
and hope for the best. Because frankly, all I want to see, and me and my principal share the same views. We just want to see them excel, and go get a scholarship and come back and help them family, stuff like those.
Okay. All right. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Dwayne. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we're on Rock the Mic and we're talking to the coach of St. Mary High, Mr. Dwayne Williams. So, those who are watching and listening on Facebook and on YouTube, glad to have you. Please share it with somebody else. And next time, next Saturday, could you bring back at least another person to watch the program with you? So, share the link. Thanks for tuning in. Now, Mr. Williams, with the exception of everybody knows about Abigail Scaff. But are there any other athletes who have gone abroad and excelled? Could you tell us about a couple of them?
All right. We have Alonzo Aries is now in medicine school.
Okay, medical school. Okay, good.
He would have finished, yeah, he would have finished 4 years. I don't remember the university that he went to.
Okay.
We have Giovanni Perez that was in Tennessee. He left last year or year
Tennessee.
before last,
Tennessee. Okay.
2019. Yeah, and
Okay.
Titania Markland would have finished her doctorate in
Okay. She was with
meteorology.
us last. She was with us last week, right?
Yes,
Okay, Titania. Okay.
and she was one of those athletes who represented Jamaica at the Carafta Games, CAC Games, NACAT, and I think that no, the CAC Games was in Costa Rica,
Okay.
and I think the NACAT game was in El Salvador, one of those countries.
Uh-huh.
But she yeah, and when she went, normally when she comes back to Jamaica, she bring a lot of footwear for the athletes.
For the athletes. Okay, good.
Yeah, because in the States, at those universities, they don't wear the trainers for more than about 3 months. So every 3 months they change the trainers. They used
Okay.
to save them up and
I'm
carry
bringing
them
them.
down far.
That's good. That is good. Let me ask you, how proud are you of Abigail? How proud are you of this girl? And did you see this coming with her?
Actually, I can't really explain the feeling, but sometimes when I see the times, I get goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
And the I remember the day when she came and as I said earlier, she told me that anywhere she said that the athlete that leave to the other school,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she's going to kill her. She can't beat her, so she can't beat it because she was the girl that lead was better than she. So we sat and I said to her, "You're willing to put in the work?" And she said, "Yes, sir. Put it on." And she moved in the 800. She had a personal best of 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
2 minutes 20. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's where she started the season. And
Mm-hmm.
she moved from 220 by boys and girls terms and she ran 208.
208. Wow.
Yeah, so she improved by 12 seconds in one season.
So wait,
And
she's a
we then
freshman
went
now, right?
yeah, man, she's a freshman. And
So
then she went to the
by
tournament
sophomore
games.
year, she could
This is
by
in
next year she should break
2019.
20 seconds, 2 minutes.
Well, no, I'm not talking about Minnesota, and I'm talking about senior.
Yes, same here. But I'm saying by next year you expect her to break under 2 minutes, right? You think she can go under
Hopefully,
2 minutes?
because she's not running the 800. Yeah, she's not running the 800 now in Minnesota now. I
Mm.
think
But she's
outdoors
been.
she probably do the 400-meter hurdles because
Yeah, she. Mm.
if it wasn't for Corona, she would have won 2 medals at boys and girls champs this year
Okay.
because you know she was one of those athletes to medal in the 400-meter hurdles and the 800 meters.
And the 800. Okay.
You know, yeah, but that is life. We have to accept it. So, but she should. I'm not sure if she's going to come to the national trials, but
The national trail. Okay.
one of the J3 officials called me the other day and asked for some information about her read the national trials.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I pass it on and we had dialogue. So maybe she said, "Boy, sure, she's nervous and things." So it depends on her improvement in the
Uh-huh.
next month or so,
Month or so.
and that will decide whether or not if she comes to the
If she
national
comes or
trials.
not. Okay.
But I think, yeah. So, but I think within not this Olympics, I see her running in the next Olympics.
Next one. Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah, we expect
Mhm.
that from her. No, coach, with COVID, with Corona, how has this impacted your program? Explain to the people how did this mess up your program?
Boy, voila. When 2 weeks before Champs 2020, when the news broke that no Champs,
Mm-hmm.
I I came home and in disbelief to see that you make 7 months for the sacrifice, hard work, and to lose all of that just like that. I went into depression.
Oh my God.
I was home just eating, drinking, watching TV, that's all.
Oh Lord.
And I put on, yeah, I gained over 30 pounds.
What? Oh my God. 34.
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
I should have beat you.
That was how depressed I was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, I went into depression and then in about mid to late April last year, I woke up one night and said, "What are you doing?" and I get up in the morning and I run for about 7 months straight, with the exception of weekends.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I was way over 200 pounds. Now I am at 192 pounds.
Oh Lord. Well, good to know you. Good to know you
So
took it
it,
off.
yeah, so it had serious impact on me. However,
Uh-huh.
with the program, you know, the program for the most part was stagnant.
Uh-huh. How did it affect the
You
kids?
know,
How did it affect the kids?
well, a lot of them wanted to train. A lot of them
Uh-huh.
want to go out, and it was not. Some persons were devastated. It it affected them. And even though we are doing some training, and others out there are a bit jealous because some persons are getting are training with me, some are at home trying to do their own little thing, but it is what it is, because you know it is just rough. The coronavirus thing, it just messes everything up
Everything.
worldwide. So I try to have dialogue with them, try to encourage them to do their training.
Training. Okay.
Also, because even one of my athletes who went to the character games in Cayman Islands last 2019, when I saw her, she 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 put on probably about 50 pounds.
Good gosh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, let's hope she can take that off. But let me ask you, with the track and field season opening up again, and it opened like what,
Mhm.
2, 3 weeks now? What's the
Yeah.
format gonna be like? What is the format gonna be like for say Eastern champs and boys and girls champs? Explain to us, please, especially those of us in the States. Explain what it's gonna be like this year.
All right. So this year champs is not going to be the regular champs. So basically, it is a numbers champs. Meaning, now for example, say the class for 100 meter. Normally, for the class for 100 meter, you have like 140, 150 athletes running heats, and then from the heats you have like 32 out of that heats, out of the 100 and odd, that makes the semi-finals, and then the top eight from that make the finals. Now, what is going to happen now is that the the regional championship, like Eastern champs, Western champs, Central champs, and the corporate meet, they they are going to use those meets as automatic qualifiers for boys and girls champs.
When you
So
say automatic
the
qualifiers,
top
just the winners?
two, no, winners and second and runner
Okay, winner, run up, automatic
in the
qualifiers.
sprint events. Just for that, that is just for the sprint events.
Just for the sprints, okay?
Yeah, so like the 100, 200, 400, and the sprint hurdles. So
Okay.
just no, not the sprint hurdles, just the 1, 2, and 4. The sprint hurdles, I think, is the top 16 or top 24.
Okay.
The middle distance from 800 and up now is the top 16 athletes right across all regions.
Okay.
So it
So,
is the 16 best times
okay, the time,
in any
okay,
class will qualify.
okay, so the times coming to it. After the top two qualify, they take the next
Mhm.
16 or
Best
24 top
24 times.
times in the
Mhm.
entire island.
In the
Okay,
entire
okay.
island.
All right. So, oh my gosh.
So
So we're not gonna have champs like we know it then.
no,
No.
because there will be
Okay.
there are going to be no spectators.
Oh, oh. What about character?
Yeah, character is the same thing, but it is pushed back to the first week of August.
And And I hear the following week will be the World Junior Games. Is that so?
World
Oh
Junior
my God,
Championship.
that
Yes,
timing
so
is gonna.
you know we are doing our thing because so far we have about five. Is it five? Yeah, about five athletes who qualify for champs already, based on the
Champ.
times that they run at the
Oh,
developing
okay.
teams. We went to two meets already. This weekend
Okay.
we should have gone to a meet, but we have some injury concerns.
Okay, yeah, I remember. Okay.
So this weekend, yeah, we did some treatment and resting for this weekend.
Okay. All right.
So
Another thing.
uh
Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
yes, I'm saying the Eastern qualifiers is the 23rd, 22nd, and 23rd of this month. So
Of
I
this
think
month.
it's
Okay.
next week, not Monday coming, but the following Monday, Tuesday.
All right. Okay. So everything this year for champs going to have an asterisk beside it, right? So I guess all
Mm-hmm.
coaches looking forward to the following year. What about
Yeah.
athletes who were like in line for say scholarships and so? How do they? How does life turn out for them? Like an athlete who was looking forward to getting a scholarship this year.
A lot of athletes suffer because I I had one or two who could have gotten scholarship, and because of the cancellation of champs that did not materialize. And what happened is that if an athlete, for example, coming to the States and coming like on a half scholarship,
Uh-huh.
all of those all of those athletes who were going on those half scholarships, those would have been cancelled. It was only those who were going on full scholarships
Full scholarships.
leave the
Okay.
island.
Leave that. Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. No,
Yeah, uh-huh. and
something else I want
because
to ask you about, Coach. Sorry to
yeah,
cut you. Something
come
else I
on.
want to ask you about. Your program. Right now, you live on the North Coast. You live down Boscobel, right?
That's good, yeah.
And you have several athletes training with you, staying with you. How
Mhm.
the heck do you find resources to house and feed athletes? First, tell me how many are at your place.
14 athletes.
14. Listen, he
Yes,
had to
sir.
feed even he had to feed even one picnic. No, 14 athletes who are training on a daily basis. How do you do it?
But I wanna wicked sleep.
Explain it,
You
man.
know
Come
that
on.
you know that I am on 8 months leave from school.
Right, I know you're on leave.
Yeah, I wanted to use this time to, just to relax after working for 10 years
Ten
inside
years.
myself. Spend some time with my kids, and it seems as if all of that spending time with my kids ending up spending time with my athletes. Because what happened is that when I when I made contact with them in September to find out to tell people to start to train.
Start training.
Uh, yeah, I know that if they don't have company, some of them if they don't have company,
Right, right.
they are not going to do it. They are going to do minimal work.
Yeah, track can be a lonely thing, man.
Yeah, I went to the principal and I said to her, Miss, can we keep a camp on the school compound and allow the athletes to use the school facilities like the internet or the computer
Yeah.
rooms and stuff like that to do their online classes, and we stay in a classroom and then we train and the whole works. and which she agreed to,
Uh-huh.
but the ministry had sent out some information re-camping at school and students on the school compound.
Okay.
So yeah, so she said that while Mr. Williams, based on what is happening, he can't allow that. Even though
Okay.
she wanted to, but she said, boy, she don't want to get in trouble. So
Right.
I said,
Mhm.
Miss, so I leave it at that. So that was in September. October now, I was still doing my running, early morning workout, and I put it on my status and stuff like those for my just to try and encourage my athletes, I am doing it. So can you? And
So can you
I was
write?
all
Mm-hmm.
alone. Mhm. So November come now, and I realized that nothing was happening. So I went back to the principal, and we had dialogue. I said to her that this this is the situation. I am in dialogue with some of my athletes' parents
Mm-hmm.
to host them, and we do training because since as school is online and some of these athletes, some of them never have no proper device to go to
Okay.
their online classes.
Online classes. Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, and some were not attending class, none at all, because they did not have any internet.
Oh, okay.
So at first I started out with five of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a connection with someone, and through that connection, I got 10 tablets for the athletes.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so what happened now? The athletes that I chose was based on their last performance.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it wasn't something that was out in the public.
Mm-hmm.
So the persons who supposed to know knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I further dialogue with the principal and said, all right, so we normally have our regular December camp. We could not do it at the school. So I was searching for somewhere to go, sorry, to keep the camp. So I I heard about a grazing, and we went out there and checked the facilities, and out there was ideal, but in terms of the feel and stuff, but the bathroom facilities were very poor, and
Okay.
it never felt safe out there. So I take the camp to my house where we had about 25 persons.
25. Whoa. You man, you're brave. You're brave. 25. Oh my God. So
25 persons.
how you fed them?
Well, normally when we have our camps,
Mm-hmm.
I would write a requisition to the principal,
Mm-hmm.
and then get it sanctioned by her on the base, and then we have a specific grocery store that we go to pick up the items. So
Oh,
and
I
that's
see.
mhm.
All
So
right.
the the school now um takes care of the food.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, man, because somebody sent me a video. One morning I'm in bed, and
Mhm.
about six something in the morning, my phone rang. And somebody
Mhm.
sent me a video of you guys training on the road at Boscobel. That honestly, that to me was dedication. Dedication
Yeah,
to you guys
it,
out down the
it is
street
not
training.
it is not easy, because as I said, it's just me and my assistant, and we have a athlete parent who assist us sometimes.
Okay.
But I do all the cooking, so we train in the morning, food, breakfast, lunch.
All right.
Sometimes I try to prepare dinner before we go to training
Before you go
or
training.
after
Okay.
training. But majority of the times I cook before we go to training. So that's when I come in from training, we just eat on the bed, and if you have any assignment, we eat and shower and go to bed.
Oh, okay.
But it is not easy, man, because I don't have time to do anything at all.
Can imagine. But Dwayne, you had reached out to me. You had reached out to me for some equipment, and my sister, on hearing your guys' predicament, the all of you guys together, and so she went out and she raised some funds. You'll soon be getting them. You'll soon be getting that. But like you had to ask for spikes, and I tell you, man, spikes are here. I have a huge bag of spikes. Trust me. Spikes
I
are
saw a lot of pretty spikes, man, on your Facebook page.
yes.
So I just want to
Spikes coming. Spikes
tell
are
the
coming, and spikes are
persons
coming,
that
and we're hoping they'll be put to good. We're hoping they'll be put to good use. We're hoping they'll be put to good use. And on a general note, how long does a spike really last at school? About 3 years, 2 years, 3 years?
no, spikes normally you need a new spikes every season.
You need a new one every season. So we have to keep
Every
raising.
season.
We have to keep raising money for your spikes then. But listen, like you said, everybody likes a winner. And as long as you keep winning, we will keep providing. We're gonna try and keep providing, because one thing about St. Mary High people, like you said, everybody likes a winner. They like bragging. And everywhere St. Mary High people are, trust me, you're gonna find some Titchfield people there too. That's our arch nemesis. So we don't want the Titchfield person bragging on us. So we are going to try and give you the supplies you need, the supplies you want to move this program from strength to strength. We're going to try. Because a lot of people came in, pitched in, even though we have that bus drive going on. Because I'm telling you, I don't want next year Mirzai drawing up in some like a chartered minibus. No, we want to see a bus with St. Mary High emblazoned on the side. So we're going to try and do what we can do here. We have a lot of people, pulling for you guys. And as long as you do your part, you and your athletes do your part, we are going to try here. But Dwayne, before we leave off, is there anything else? Is there anything you'd like to say? Is there anything you'd like to say to the people out there, to St. Mary High past students?
Well, I just want to thank all the persons who are supporting the program. And let me I want to make special mention of Mr. Sadar, the friends of St. Mary, those persons, Rosemary and
Rosemary Booth, right? They can't leave her out.
and Cassandra.
Uh-huh.
She has been very supportive over the years.
Over the years,
And
okay.
and regular,
Okay, good.
Dwayne.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a really a platform, man, but
Right.
yeah.
And let me tell you, before you're going further, let me tell you, one of your biggest supporters and contributors to the school is that lady who, she stay in the background. A lot of you might not even know her, and I think she does more for the school than anybody else. Her name is Jean Martin Reyna. Mrs. Reyna does a lot, because let me tell you how important Jean is. Last week when my equipment broke down, when my equipment went down, and she asked me what went wrong, and I told her my equipment went down. She said, "How much for the equipment?" I mean, why do you ask so much for the equipment? I will buy you the equipment as long as we keep pushing for St. Mary. She's willing to spend trust me, she's willing to spend any amount, but she does, in fact, after I'm finished with this, I know she won't kill me. But she's one of your biggest supporters. One day I'm going to have you guys meet, so you get...
Yeah, man. Thank you, Miss Jean, and continue, because we are here to make you guys proud. And you know that through this program here, I met a gentleman by the name of Eli Wilson. Came to Jamaica 3 years ago, 4 years ago, with some athletes from Canada, but they were active players.
Oh, okay.
and he needed some assistance with them, and I volunteer my service, and the athletes with some workouts, and and within 2 months after that, I was in Canada.
Wow. Okay, so this track and field will get you places, man. But Dwayne,
Yeah,
it's been nice talking to you. And the next guest we want in a couple of weeks, we're gonna bring Mr. Dar on because we want to hear. There are a lot of alumni out there scattered all over. US, Canada, England, you name it, in Europe, and they want to meet this principal. They would want to meet her. So we're going to get her on one of these days. But coming up to Eastern Champs, we wish you all the best in its new format. We wish you success. We hope these athletes will do well and make us all proud. And I guarantee you, as long as we are here, we are going to be pushing for St. Mary High. We want you guys.
One thing before I go, Mr. Waller. Yeah, one thing before I go. And as I was saying about Eli Wilson, this gentleman, gave contribute 500,000, no, 5,000 Canadian to the program.
To the program, wow.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
that is fantastic.
And I have two former athletes who are now registered physiotherapists, and they have been helping me with my injuries. No, and I can't live on those thanks Dr. Guy for his check every year.
Okay. Good to see Dr. Guy.
Yeah, because
Helping out,
man,
man.
most it's just this year. Most for the last 5 years, we get like a check like for 400,000, 300. He was the one who bought us our trainers every year.
Every year, well, let's big up Dr. Guy, man. Dr. Guy, thank you very much. Dr. Guy, yes, old Mirzai, man. In fact, if I remember rightly, I think Dr. Guy was in my house. I think Dr. Guy is a Henry House man. Not quite sure, but very good, Dr. Guy. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But Dwayne,
yeah, man,
it's been nice.
I want to thank you for having me on your program.
No, man, that's all right, man. Listen, man, we had to talk to you, man. We had to talk to you, buddy. We had to talk to you, man. Trust me. And we'll do it again. We'll do it again. We will do this again. So, Dwayne, on behalf of Rock the Mic, man, thank you very much for all you do, guys. Thank you. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right? Peace out, brother.
Yeah, man.
Peace out.
No problem, man. Yeah, man. Peace.
Easy.
Good night, viewers.
All right, man. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Dwayne Williams, coach at St. Mary High. I apologize for spelling Marangella's name incorrectly. But for the others, especially those in Florida, especially the people in Florida, Dr. Dane Levy, the chairman of the board, mentioned to me that he'd like to see the Past Students Association in Florida revitalized. So I am contacting people to see what we can get going. We want to have a vibrant society here in Florida. And I'm going to say, guys, even some of the people who were in it before, like 4 years ago, we're going to ask you, whatever happened, let's get a new start. Forget all the crap that happened. Let's start again. I'm going to ask people, I'm going to put my name out there and say, hey, if you're thinking that you can support and you can provide a skill or whatever, just get in touch with me. I'm going to put on my Facebook page and we're going to see if we can link up virtually first before we get this program going again. I want people who are serious. If you are serious about St. Mary High, if you think you have something to offer the school, it doesn't have to be cash. Just coming to meetings and helping to plan stuff, we want you. Second thing we're going to ask you, if you're coming in, just leave the ego at the door. Leave the ego at the door. I don't want anybody who is going to talk about I. I just want people who can think of St. Mary High. Not because I suggested it, meaning I'm going to be upfront in it. No, I do the talking. Even though I don't talk properly. I try and get the crowd stirred up. But we want something with a charter, bylaws, a proper constitution, an organization where we have regular elections, where people are elected, not one where people come in and say, hey, I'm this for life. No, we want this thing run properly. Because I heard of something that was put on in Atlanta a couple years ago. I hear it was great. I think we in Florida can beat that. And the way I'm going to beat that, I have to call on another name. I called on the assistance of a lady who I call the hostess with the mostess. She's on board talking about this Karen Forbes. And whatever Karen plans always comes out great. And right now, Karen and I are looking at a year down the road when we can have a black tie gala affair, a red carpet affair, when we can sit here, I can take over an hotel and we can meet for a weekend, first class. Not a little curry goat thing. I'm talking a first class dinner dance, a ball. And if you're serious about this, let me know. If you have something to offer, let me know. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, St. Mary High, we're going to start that Florida chapter again. Not just a South Florida or Central Florida or Eastern Florida. All 67 counties in the state. We are going to get together and get this going. We can be the best one up here in North America. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Garfield Waller signing off from Rock the Mic. For all those who tune in to watch me and listen to the coach, I appreciate it. Thank you. We couldn't do this without you. And remember, in all things, guys, St. Mary High first. Faith and courage. Faith and courage. And we still haven't forgotten about that bus. Even though we have all these spikes here, we have another dozen in New York ready to go down, and plus these and more coming along the way. Even though we just made a little diversion to get the spikes, we're coming back to the bus. We're coming back to that bus because we are going to get that bus. I promise you. So, ladies and gentlemen,